everybody. Welcome back to the SMarketing CONNECT podcast. I am your host, Tom Libby, and the current CEO of SMarketing CONNECT, one of the original co-founders. So I'm very excited to be here. New episodes we're doing right now, and we're bringing back some of our old members and current members that have been around for a little while, and asking them some real questions. But before we do that, I wanted to welcome Scott back to the show and give Scott a second to introduce himself and his company. So, Scott, if you don't mind, just remind everybody who you are and what you do. That would be great.
Sure. Tom, thanks for the opportunity. Nice to see you again. Yeah, what can I'll tell you a little bit about Concord Sales Leadership. Essentially, two parts of my business involve. One is fractional sales management, and that's where I function a day a week, or sometimes only half a day, or maybe a little bit more a week as a part-time sales leader, sales manager, sales VP, depending on the organization. And that's really how Concord Sales Leadership was founded. My background is I'm an engineer at heart, but I've been in sales my whole career. And I built companies from zero. I was the first employee and built a barcode integration company and exited that. I've done that for others. And I started Concord Sales Leadership because I like salespeople. I like hanging out with salespeople. I like talking to salespeople and associating with salespeople. So I'm an old sales dog. So that's kind of made this career choice. Destiny kind of made it for me. That's what I do.
Made the decision pretty easy for you.
Yeah. Sure.
So Scott, this episode of the podcast and what I'm looking for, you've been doing this for a while now, and I know that you were on past episodes again quite a while ago at this point. My assumption is things have changed for you over the course of the last few years with everything that's been going on, whether it's COVID or political landscape or whatever other changes have impacted your business. But the question really is, and we're gearing it almost like a where are they now kind of thing. So has there been a big impact to your business? And if so, like, give us some insights as to how things have changed and what your outlook on the future is.
Sure. Well, the outlook is positive. Fractional sales management and sales training, which is the other part of my business. I'll talk a little bit about that as well. That's growing, and it's growing significantly. Now, it may have something to do with I've been in the business now for 6-7 years, and my name's getting out there. But that aside, I just see a lot more receptiveness to coaching and fractional support of all kinds for SMB business owners. So from that standpoint,
what do you think changed that dynamic so that now people are more open to it than they were previously? Do you think there's something that happened or that some paradigm shift that caused that people to be more open to it?
A couple of things. I think that virtual, the ability to meet virtually has opened up people's eyes to say, hey, if I need help, I'm not limited to the people I know and the people in my commuting distance. If I find someone that can really help my business, whether it's a fractional sales manager or a fractional CFO, I want to involve them in my business, and it's so much easier to do now. I think that is a significant contributor.
And so the talent, you're saying that their access to talent pool has increased based on the changes of well, and it's not that we didn't have the technology to work remotely before, but the acceptability of working remotely has just changed dramatically over the last few years.
It has indeed, and once you see some success with it, it's just like any other habit. It's a good habit to develop, and once you develop that habit and have success with it, why not use it more? And so that's I think that has a lot to do with it.
Does it have any difference in the two sides of the business? Is one more accepting versus the other, or one more dominantly accept, like meaning like the fractional sales management versus the sales training? Because I remember the days of walking into a like a Sandler training on location, like you go to the office and all that stuff. So is there any pushback on either side at all that you're noticing, or is the acceptance equal on both of those two coins?
Well, I think the acceptance is greater on sales training
Okay.
because whenever you develop a relationship, you want to train a sales organization, there's bound to be some remote salespeople covering extended territories. So the fact that you're not in that office, but are conducting sales training remotely, that seems to be a pretty standard feature. Fractional sales management, on the other hand, there's room for virtual coaching and virtual sales meetings, uh, but those relationships last a lot longer, and you need to develop. You need to have face time with the sales team, and that helps build credibility and trust. So I think the fractional sales management, while has benefited from the the increase in acceptance in virtual meetings, um, there's still a need for face-to-face training and coaching with the sales with salespeople because everyone needs a little something. You need to have a good sales process that you hold everyone accountable to, uh, but then each people are going to have their strengths and weaknesses. So you need to individualize it, that helps when you're face to face.
So the face to face, there's still some validity there too. So do you ever is your business 100% virtual at this point, or do you actually have clients that you'll go face to face with, be if they're geographically acceptable for you to do so?
Yeah, my business now is about 90% virtual.
Okay.
The fractional sales management relationships I've built over the years, and they started out with a lot of face-to-face time. But over the years, that becomes, as they've grown, they've got uh, clients and salespeople all over the country. So I guess part of building my credibility with that company also makes it easier to do things virtually.
Awesome. So I think we're basically going to wrap up the episode of the podcast. I'll give you the last word here. Is there anything about the last few years, let's say sales in general, that you think has changed uh, to the point where it's recognizably different than it was, maybe 4 or 5 years ago?
Well, I can't uh, attribute this to industry-wide trends, but I know my business has grown such that my fractional sales management relationships tend to be uh, measured in years and not months. And so I think that uh, I've developed and proven that there's lots of different ways to add value to a sales organization. It's not just implementing a new CRM or running a good sales meeting. There's lots of coaching and development and lots of ways to help. Sometimes it's coaching the owner, the CEO,
Yeah, for
uh,
sure.
and with some business fundamentals and putting a real sales hat on and giving them a real sales point of view to some of the pricing decisions they make and some of the expansion decisions they're looking at.
Fantastic. Well, Scott, thank you very, very much for jumping back on with us. I think this episode is going to be extremely valuable for people. I hope people listening to this get something, get as much out of it as I do. And by the way, if you have questions for Scott, you can put them in the comments when we post this on social media. I'm sure Scott will be happy to chime in and answer some questions for you.
Absolutely.
Um, but Scott, thank you very much for joining me.
Tom, thanks for the opportunity. Great to see you again.
And everybody else, keep selling.